Welcome back to The Walking Dead. And I see we're back to this moment, I'm assuming to follow Daryl. So where did he end up? I feel like Daryl in particular, aside from like Rick back in the earlier seasons, just constantly gets in the worst possible scenarios. That was very video game tactics right there. Although I actually thought that would work. Alright, it's game time, let's go. Oh, he just threw his whole crossbow at him. I'm not sure that's tactically the best decision, but it seemed to work. Come on, Daryl. Hey, oh no! Just get the fuck out of here, Daryl. They don't have guns, let's go. Nice. And who are you? I like the vibe of the episode so far. She seems important somehow. I can't tell if it's gonna be like a minor sub-villain, the main villain, or somebody else. Something tells me if he didn't follow the barking right then, he would have been much better off. But obviously you gotta go back for Dog. No fucking way. Okay, I wondered how they were gonna bring that character back. Wasn't expecting that.
You one of them?
I wonder if she really would do it.
Come on, boy. Come on. What's funny?
I always thought he liked you better.
Look, I don't know. You're
That's
fighting.
so fucking
not part of
irritating,
it.
actually.
We're going. Come on.
Dog, are you serious? Alright, Dog, I'm sorry, but you're on my shit list for a little while. You'll get off of it just because you're Dog, but that was annoying. So we have Daryl captured again. That's not really fair. I mean, technically every character has been captured numerous times over the, course of the series. I'm so mad at you, Dog. I'm so mad at you. What's he doing? What is he doing?
When they found me, I came home.
Wait, so you were with this group before you met Daryl? And then
Once you
left
told
and
me
then
about
went back?
It's like I told you, I'm alone.
It's probably the smartest way to play it. I don't trust her. Of course. Shit, they're just waterboarding him? There's one thing I'll give Daryl, though.
Again!
He's the one dude I'm like, he's not gonna give anything
Still
up.
out there?
Does not matter how much you torture him.
I said stop.
He'll crack. I just need a little more time.
I've
He
given you
won't.
enough time already.
Okay, so it doesn't seem like she's the leader of the group, but she is like a lieutenant or, someone important,
I told you everything.
You told us nothing.
which is everything you need to know.
I got nothing else to say.
Damn right. Damn right. This doesn't seem like a very fun place. Okay, bye.
Just because we shared a bag of grain does not make me give a shit about you. Understand?
Playing it smart. Playing it smart. Hopefully the other
Yeah, with
dude
these
picks up on
people.
that.
Should have let you starve.
Alright, cool. Team player. I like it. I literally don't know who he is, though. Did I miss who this character is? Can I just not see what he looks like? Is there a big hole in the wall right there? Are you gonna say something or are you just gonna keep staring?
Just as stubborn as ever.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Bye.
I've never lied to you. Never, Leah.
You definitely did, but that's a good lie you just told right there.
Let me go. You'll never see me again.
Is that what you want?
After all this, yeah, kind of. I truly do not recognize him at all. Is someone crying really hard or dying? Okay, just crying really hard.
That's right.
Are they all a part of a cult? I don't really like this. So this must be our leader. Nice stash.
God, he's here.
Is he though?
He's angry.
Is he though?
I'm angry.
I do believe that.
Go make them feel our wrath.
Okay. I wonder if this is also a British actor playing another villain on the show. Will you stop staring and say something? Oh my gosh. No, I don't buy this bullshit. This is some fake vulnerability right here. No.
You didn't tell me you were a merc.
You were a literal mercenary?
We could actually pay our bills.
Holy shit.
You know, the little brother I always wanted.
I'm sure there's some real pain here, but I do not buy
And
this
he's dead.
routine.
I came back and you were gone.
That's true.
You left.
That's also true.
We wouldn't have worked anyway. Couldn't have been happy. Not in a world like this.
Says you.
Is that you talking on your family?
You have no right to judge. Not at all.
I mean,
This is me.
there's still some things you can
The good
judge other
and the
people on.
bad.
Everything. I still care about you, and I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
Aw. We actually do kind of believe that.
It's way more than the 15 you got here.
Oh, you've been doing your work down here, huh?
So that's what he was doing. He was counting the people.
When do I meet him? This Pope.
Soon.
Can't wait. I feel kind of bad. It wasn't any fake vulnerability right there. Like, she was still trying to get information, but it seems like she was genuinely being vulnerable with him.
I just see a guy who wants to get in your pants.
It's definitely
Fine.
not even the slightest of the motivations behind any of this.
And I chose this family, and I have never once regretted that decision, and I don't want you to either. Do you?
She makes a compelling argument. Don't be weird.
I believe in you.
Okay.
You think we can trust him?
It's kind of a creepy relationship that they have.
I guess I'll just show my dumb ass out then.
Sounds good. What is going on? Are they pouring gasoline onto the place? Yes, they are. Step away from that. I would step away from that. Shit. That was a really cool shot of her, like, backing away from the fire, actually. That fire is spreading really fast. Holy shit. Better hurry the fuck up. This is actually freaking me out a little bit. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's a nice touch that they're, like, smoldering. A little crispy. So was that actually to try and kill them, or was that some, like, fucked up test? Well, I'm assuming it's a test. Wait, did you actually know that that was gonna happen?
We weren't anything today. Just props. Props for the next campaign.
I mean, to be fair,
Today,
all of us are
we
props
talked
for the
about
next campaign.
God. Oh, the things we did day after day after day.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. That doesn't make you special. Everyone's had
feel
that.
like you. When the fires finally died down, I looked at my people. Not even a scratch.
That's called getting lucky, dude.
That's when I knew we were the chosen ones.
Alright, yeah, this dude's gotta go.
These men.
Delusions of grandeur.
These men
Never
are
good.
honest. And it burns. Scratch.
I mean, his pants were smoldering, so
I've been through worse before.
it's something.
Are you hungry?
Sure. Well, I have to admit, the actor playing this Pope is, like, it really captures your attention. He has a very uneasy vibe to him. Okay, so they're kind of playing this out similarly to what happened with the Saviors, only in this case, Daryl does
Walk 10
pretend to
miles.
join them.
You made anything?
Is he about to kill this dude?
I just have one question.
He's gonna kill this dude. I can feel it.
Sure. Facing the enemy.
Yeah.
He's been through enough.
It's also his wrath.
I fucking knew it. Ugh! Ew, stop showing me so much. God damn. Yeah, me too, Daryl. Me too. I'm just like, alright, gotta keep a close eye on this dude and you and everyone here, honestly. Just gotta keep your guard up. Oh, is that the end of it? God damn it. Alright, pretty solid episode. I do have a few complaints, but there were also some, good plus sides as well. Alrighty, well, it was a solid episode that focused entirely on Daryl, but I feel like the main thing that's kind of hurting everything here is, I don't know about a majority, but there were a lot of things that I felt like I have seen on the show before, and I've seen for this character before. Like, him getting captured and then kind of joining the ranks is, on one hand, a little too similar to what happened with Negan and the Saviors. But on the other hand, it's kind of interesting because now he gets to actually, pretend to be on their side and kind of work it a different way, which is really what he should have done in the first place with the Saviors. But I also kind of feel like the Pope is a little too similar to a lot of the other villains that we've seen on the show. Or I suppose that's not entirely fair, because him as a character is pretty different than the other ones we've seen. Alpha didn't, believe in God and being chosen and all that. She was entirely just about following the laws of nature. Negan was about, finding a new kind of order in all this chaos, and in his twisted mind, he thought the fucked up things he was doing, was the correct way to go about it. And the governor was just a straight sociopath. So the villains themselves are different, but there are striking similarities in other things. The southern drawl, for one. I think Negan is the only villain on the show who didn't have that really thick southern drawl. Also, the whole, him killing one of his own people in a somewhat shocking reveal was honestly really similar to both a scene with Alpha where she did the same thing and a scene where Negan, burned the dude's face off. I feel like the similarities in that scene were meant to be like, oh, you should be kind of recognizing certain signs here, this dude's bad news. But to me, it just doesn't feel unique enough. But I do enjoy the chosen angle of the whole character. It makes me really, really dislike him. But a villain that has, this superiority complex and these huge delusions of grandeur, that could lead to some very interesting choices, some very interesting moments of conflict with the main group. So I'm excited to see more of this character. I just hope they do something a little better to distinguish him as a truly unique and interesting character. So far, they're on the right track with, him being a mercenary who was kind of, burned by his own country. Or, a soldier who was burned by his own country and then became a mercenary as a result. There is something about all of this that feels kind of samey. Maybe because The Last of Us Part 2 also dealt heavily with, a religious cult and all the other similarities I said. I don't know. But anyways, it was a good reveal seeing that it was Leah who is a part of this group, and in a pretty prominent role in the group. It kind of sucks that she's a part of this, family. But knowing this show, I'd say there's a good solid 50-50 chance that she survives and, joins the main group, or is killed, you never know. I did enjoy seeing Daryl really work the situation, because when he got in the same scenario with the Saviors, he just never said anything and truly paid the consequences of that for quite a long time. And it seems he's kind of learned his lesson and, won't give much of anything at all. But when he does finally give some information, it's a clever little lie that can be easily worked with, even on the fly, like he did with the other prisoner, who I swear, I still do not recognize him at all. I wish they had put a more prominent character in that other cell so I could be like, oh, it's, such and such. Because I do not know who that dude is, but kudos to him for, going along with the plan. It sucks that he's, completely stuck in that situation, but hey, hopefully Daryl can, help him out. them setting the cabin on fire with the two of them inside was a pretty well done scene, I think. Like, they did a good job really selling the intensity and the, ticking clock on that situation. And I have to admit, I was kind of surprised there, after that happened, that Leah just walked right up to him and she was just like, all right, that was the plan the whole time. And I can't really tell if she knew about it ahead of time or she genuinely was surprised and was like, well, that was fucked up, but you're still my family and I know why you did it. So she, went along with it. And then of course they end the episode with the, big moment of the Pope killing the so-called coward of the group. And I find it interesting that during that scene, Leah is constantly like, hey, please just let it go. We've all had a rough day. And for me, this is, the clear moment where you're like, okay, well, any arguments you had about being, the necessary evil or whatever have kind of gone out the window. But let's move into the technicals. How fun was the episode? Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give this one a 3 out of 10 because it was a very slow-paced episode, not a lot of action, think exactly 0 happy moments. It was much more a tension-building episode, introducing everyone to this main new enemy, for real, getting to know them a little bit more besides them just being faceless marauders. And then, of course, getting to know the Pope a little bit, who's just fucking wacko. And I have to admit, as compelling as he is, he's not nearly as fun as someone like Alpha or Negan. Maybe a little better than the Governor, but I just didn't like that villain. How important is the episode? I'm gonna have to go with a 10 out of 10. It not only sets up Leah with all these people, it also got Daryl involved into the group. We got to, officially meet the Pope. It sounds so weird to say. So I think you'd be quite lost if you did not watch this episode, so 10 out of 10. How cinematic was the episode? I'm actually gonna go with a 9 out of 10 on this one. It may have been a very quiet and slow episode, but there were some very compelling shots, some great use of sound work to, further engage the audience during really heavy dialogue scenes. I still say my favorite shot of the episode is seeing Leah back away from the fire that's spreading. That was a really cool looking shot, and it was really simple. It was literally just panning back away from her as she backed away from the fire. Music in the episode, I'm gonna go with an 8 out of 10. As I said, the sound work in this episode was pretty damn good. It kept very long dialogue and monologue based scenes, more engaging by either cranking up the mystery or intensity of the situation. Effects in this episode, I'm gonna go with another 8 out of 10. As for effects, it was mostly, the big fire scenes. It was mostly just for the 2 big fire scenes. And in both cases, I thought, this looks good. This doesn't pull me out of the moment, but I do not believe that it's real. There were moments where I'm like, I can kind of see, where you composited this little patch of fire over this other patch of fire. Not super often. I thought it was, for the most part, very convincing, and it was quite good. But it didn't quite hit that wow factor. Costumes and sets, I'll go with a 7 out of 10. Most of the sets I thought were pretty good. Nothing spectacular, because again, there's only so many ways you can do, a post-apocalyptic place that's been taken over by a group. I think the costumes in this episode, more than anything, sold their, military background. But even then, I don't think it was super inspired. They're pretty much just wearing tactical vests over, dark muted clothes. So it's not really anything special, but it does convey some of their history and background, which I appreciate. Acting, I will go for a 9 out of 10. And I'll give it a 9 out of 10 because I think the actor playing the Pope, Richie Coster, I think he did a quite good job. In my opinion, he wasn't given a really outstanding entrance the way some of the other villains on the show have. I would put this a little more, I wouldn't even really put this on par with The Governor, to be totally honest. Like, his introductory scenes and moments are just really, really long monologues. And for him to still make those scenes pretty engaging and interesting, I think is very impressive and a testament to his acting ability. And pacing. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give this one like a 5 out of 10 on the pacing. I know it was intended to be a slower pace and a much more quiet episode, but there were like 2 scenes where I was like, okay, let's hurry up, I'm getting a little bored. I hate saying I get bored during like a dialogue heavy episode or movie or something, but unless you make that dialogue really fucking interesting, I'm gonna get a little bored, I'm sorry. And to be fair, they did make this pretty interesting, but it was still very slow. And that gives this episode a 7.4 out of 10, which I think is pretty accurate. Like, it was decent. It wasn't really good, it wasn't bad. There were things I liked about the episode. The actor playing the Pope probably being the biggest thing there. I like the actor playing the Pope. I like the dynamic between Leia and Daryl. I enjoyed seeing Daryl, you know, really play the situation a completely different and much smarter way. But I didn't like that there were quite a few similarities to other villains. I wish they had done a better job just making him completely his own thing. It was a very slow-paced episode, and it suffered a little bit from the fact that it wasn't, you know, insanely entertaining or anything. It was much more subdued. Again, sometimes that works really well. Here, I could have used a little bit more excitement or fun or, you know, something, just to add a little bit more energy to things. But I will see you all for the next one. Seeing as we spent the entire episode with Daryl here, I imagine we're gonna spend the next episode with a completely new set of characters. Maybe jump back to see what Daryl's doing, maybe not. I don't know. We shall see. And that is about it.